Howdy everyone. This is my first YouTube video, so please bear with me, as today I just got hammered with a flu, which sucks a lot. I just want to thank a couple people. First, Stardusk, Barbarossa, Girl Writes What, Mr. 1001 Nights, Rockin', Mr. E, a couple more guys who can't think of it off the top of my head. I want to do a video response to Stardusk, his coming to terms with reality video. Now, this is a subject I've studied for a while now, and the few people that I mentioned really have put it into terms that I never thought of before, and it's really sort of opened my eyes, and I wanted to throw my hat in the ring. I see this whole brouhaha with the division in the community, and I'm on the side of Stardusk and Barbarossa, and I will explain why. And I think Stardusk's latest video really sort of nails it, and people need to watch it and pay attention. At the end of the day, we are the very successful end generation of hundreds of thousands to millions, perhaps more, years of evolution. Our ancestors and the ancestors before them, all the way down to amoeba, successfully found mates. We are slaves to our genetics. It's not necessarily a pleasant thought, but that's what it comes down to. We have different mating rituals, we have different mating strategies, and that's what people are following. Now, what tends to happen is you have these genetic urges. So when people, want to have sex, that isn't necessarily because it's a fun thing to do and it feels good. It's because your body is saying, make a baby. Do it now. Something people don't understand, and this is very critical, it takes along the lines of 10,000 generations, not years, generations, for an evolutionary change to really take place. So, with that in mind, we're living in bodies that are 30 to 50,000 years out of date. People thinking that we have these, wonderful social ideas, you have to understand that they come about as a result of our behavior. We behave in a certain way, we do a certain thing, and based on the society we've created around us, we then backwards rationalize to justify what we've been doing. We call it dating, we call it marriage, we call it whatever else. But that's because under today's social climate, we have things like religion, and different social pressures and different social groups which judge people and put pressure on people to behave in certain ways. That's why most of us are confused. Because if it really came down to it, caveman didn't ask, caveman did. But because we are very complex beings and we have these complex relations with people, we have to sort of take these things into consideration. So when people are talking about this traditionalism, you have to really take into consideration what that was all about, why it was created. You have to judge for yourself whether that's what you actually want or not. Now, a lot of people, it's going to be really hard for them to sort of come to grasp with this, because there's a lot of stuff to explain. I'm going to be making more videos in the next little while to sort of explain things, but we have belief systems, and beliefs inform actions. So if you believe that relationships need to be a certain way, then beliefs are going to inform the actions you have. Beliefs are going to become basically a filter in your brain for the information that comes into you. You're going to ignore the things you don't want to hear, and you're going to concentrate on the things you do want to hear. That's just the way we operate. And it takes a lot of self-reflection and conscious effort for people to get past that and to start thinking for themselves. Now, we like to think that, we're very intelligent beings, but you have to. There's a lot of stuff to understand. Sorry, I've read a lot of books. And there's so much I want to say, it's just you can't get it all out in one day or one video. You know how they say you only use 10% of your brain? They're wrong. You use 100% of your brain. You're only conscious of 10%. There are studies that have come out now that, one example I like to use is, let's say you're going to McDonald's and you're looking up at the menu and you don't know what you want. Suddenly you're like, I want a Big Mac. Well, what's happened is 3 to 5 seconds before you were aware of that decision, your brain had already decided. So your brain goes, I want something that's high energy. I'm going to have a Big Mac. So here's what we do. We're going to grab those memories we have from past events. We're going to put them into the conscious memory. We're then going to flood them with emotions. We're going to flood them with feel-good chemicals. We're going to have associative memories so that he or she remembers what it was like to eat these things, and therefore it will give a greater opportunity that he's going to eat it. Now, this is a very simplistic explanation. It gets very complicated further down the line when you're dealing with relationships and social stigmas and all the other stuff. But keep that in mind when you're saying, blah, 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 I want to have a relationship with a girl. Now, there's nothing necessarily wrong with it, but you have to be doing it for the right reasons. And if you're sitting there saying, no, this girl that I'm with is a special unicorn, look, she's got a rainbow horn that makes her super special on top of the other unicorns, you're probably deluding yourself. We behave in certain ways because of millions of years of evolution, and if you think you're above that, you've got another thing coming. One of my favorite lines, and it's very empowering when you kind of get past the initial shock of it, is you're not a special butterfly. Don't ever think you're different than everybody else. Understand that you are a human being. And if other human beings have done certain things, you can too. It's not to say that you can't have wonderful relationships with people, wonderful relationships with girls or guys, or whatever it is you want to do, but you have to keep certain things in mind. So I'm going to end that there. I am going to hopefully have more videos and have them more organized as opposed to just talking off the top of my head and rambling for a while. To the people I mentioned before, thank you so much for making the videos you do. I'm hopefully going to be making more videos very shortly. What I would like to do is concentrate on helping guys to really get back to who they were and really become masculine again. And I know that might upset a few feathers, but that's what it comes down to, is guys have been demonized for so long that we don't know how to be men anymore. And we don't know how to make decisions and stick by them without capitulating to women, because that's what we've just done. It's the way I was raised, it's the way so many different guys were raised, and stuff's got to change. So thank you guys for making the videos, and I'm out for now. Have a good one.